Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry if I'm a little sweaty and winded. I just got back from a bike ride, but I wanted to do a really quick video detailing kind of just how amazed I am about how well I've been able to bounce back from my nerve damage from nitrous oxide abuse to where I am today. Give me a second. I'm going to have some nice cold kombucha. Really good. I don't know if could be a trigger to people in recovery, specifically from alcohol, or I guess more specifically from beer. But I find kombucha to be like a pretty good, I wouldn't say substitute, but just, I don't know, a nice treat. I mean, it's supposed to be healthy for you. I don't drink it because it's healthy for you. I drink it for two reasons. One, I like the taste of it and kind of just the effects of it. Two, usually when I buy kombucha, it's because I have a cashback offer. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. I probably have achieved my fastest time on my bike to date, at least since I've been here. Well, like, I should not overall my overall life, but since I've been here, the path I usually take, or I guess well, I usually go to Walmart. There's a Safeway, and then there's a little bit further down, there's a Walmart. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, guys. There's Walmart, so, it's perfect because I can bike down there and then either, just go to Safeway, or bike further, go to Walmart and, call it good, or get some stuff there that's not perishable and then come to Safeway and buy some more stuff and then bike home. Either way, there's some hills, and I just busted out this, I just went uphill, like, normally I have to either, pedal very slowly, or it gets to the point where it's like, I'm like really struggling, or I have to get off my bike, and typically it's been getting off my bike because I just can't get enough strength or endurance to get up the hill. But today I powered through that. I went up the whole mother freaking incline, which is crazy because I worked out legs today too. Like, you would think I would be sore today, or like my legs would be incapacitated to some degree, but no, that's not the case. And I've been making some pretty substantial gains on my lower body lifts, like deadlifts and squats. So I guess I've been inspired to make this video because it's just like, again, like I said, it's amazing. Like, 3 years from now, or 3 years ago, I was just starting to walk on, walk on my own, in very limited amounts. Fortunately, I was past the point of crawling on the floor because I couldn't walk. But it's like I could barely walk. And it's like, makes me think too of, back then when I went to get my meds from Safeway one day from the apartment I was staying at. It's like a mile walk, and that was like a maybe a little longer than 3 hour adventure. Well, adventure, more like torture of me trying to walk. I was able to eventually walk. I think this was like in July or August, though, so this is like after the fact. But it just makes me think of all these events of where I could where I couldn't walk, and then where I could barely walk. And, shoot forward 3 years later, and it's like I'm busting uphill on a bike, you know, getting like a really great speed. Oh, and that's the other thing too. Is like, so I made good time with the whole circuit, I guess, if you want to call it a circuit. Like, I was just hauling ass, dude. Like, yeah, it's crazy how much my strength and my stamina and my endurance, specifically to my lower legs, which is again why, like, you know, I'm kind of making this video. So, you know I've made other videos, and like people have seen videos and like have drawn some hope and inspiration from my videos, and you know, that have been going through similar situations themselves, you know, with either, you know, nerve damage and not being able to walk or barely being able to walk. So it's like, you know, hopefully this is another video to show like not only can, like, recovery is possible, but it's like exceeding, like I honestly never really thought I would ever get to this point, and I know there's still more to go if I put my mind to it and I train more and more. It's crazy. And you know, one thing I've thought about, and you know, kind of talking about this makes me think about, I really wish I had documented more of my addiction, like documented the onset of my nerve damage, and documented the early recovery, and documented like the destruction. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I don't know if it shows up properly, but on my YouTube banner, because it's kind of making me almost think like where some people, I hope people don't think I'm a fraud, like I'm lying about having had that nerve damage. I mean, if people believe that, I mean, that I can't stop them from believing that, but and not that it really, I don't know, I feel like it, hopefully people don't, but on my banner on my YouTube, you guys can see, at the very least, I'm fortunate in like a weird way, fortunate that I did take a few pictures of my bedroom when I was at the like height of my heavy nitrous oxide binge that led to the nerve damage, where it's like my bedroom was like 3 or 4 inches deep of empty canisters, like the whole bedroom through. So I have that as like kind of my banner thing on YouTube. I don't know if that shows up. But I do have pictures like of just like for my own sake, you know, stored on hard drives. But yeah, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I wasn't like, I was battling, I was embroiled in a very deep struggle with mental illness and addiction and hopelessness at that time. So making a video talking about my experiences and like documenting stuff was probably the very furthest, oh my god, was the last thing on my mind. So I understand, you know, I'm just glad that I've been able to make these. I've, you know, gotten the idea and inspiration to start making videos back last April, and continue to make videos and talk about this because yeah, you know, I don't know, like, I'm hoping that I'm not just like a case where I'm just extremely fortunate and things worked out well for me. I'm hoping that others can, and from the 2 guys I've been talking to, it sounds like they've been making progress too. So I'm hoping that, you know, this isn't an anomaly. You know, other people that have experience with specifically nerve damage from nitrous oxide can and do recover, and especially exceed expectations. I've certainly exceeded my expectations with my own recovery, and it just blows my mind on a daily basis. So yeah, those that are watching that are going through similar situations, you know, it's scary. It's a very scary experience. A very hopeless experience too, because my understanding is that with a lot of nerve damage or nerve injuries, they're not reversible, or there's really no cure. Like there's treatment, like you can kind of treat it in some ways, like, you know, with physical therapy, you might have to walk with a cane, or you might have to use a wheelchair, and then take medications for neuropathy, nerve pain, or whatever the case might be. But I think my guess is what I've been kind of thinking about, and you know, maybe I need to do a little more research. But I think the pathophysiology of how the nitrous oxide affects the nerves and how it damages it is different than a traditional nerve injury or nerve damage. You know, like I guess with those cases of traditional nerve damage, I think it's like the nerve is severed or just like completely obliterated. Whereas my understanding, I always suggest people to do their own research, but my understanding is that nitrous oxide deactivates vitamin B12, which is important for a lot of different functions. I think like red blood cell production. I guess the one pertinent to this scenario is I don't know the exact metabolism or the cycle, the chemistry, but it's involved in the production, or at least the maintenance of the myelin sheath that covers the nerve. So just a quick rundown. Now I'm like talking about science, but you know, you have the axon body, and then you have the tail that goes all the way down, and you know, at the very end are dendrites. I believe I'm using the right terminology. Dendrites that, you know, when they get the electrical impulse, will release neurotransmitters to the next nerve and then repeat the process. So you don't have like one nerve that like goes all the way through your body. It's a series of multiple nerves connected. But there's a fatty acid layer, the myelin sheath, that covers that axon. Think of it similar to the insulation on a cable. I'm trying to think of other examples, but you know, a cable. So if a cable doesn't have insulation, then it, you know, essentially, well, I shouldn't say essentially, but it doesn't conduct the signal properly. I don't know if it leaks out or what, but it cannot properly send the message. So I think that when we experience the nerve damage and are unable to walk or unable to move our legs or our toes or to have any sensation or have neuropathy, excuse me. Guys, this is like a good video and I'm burping through the whole way. I think it's because our nerves essentially kind of stay intact, but the insulation gets really worn down, so the nerves don't function properly. So maybe my guess is maybe it's easier, like as long as you stop using nitrous oxide, of course, and then supplement with vitamin B12, and then of course probably do physical therapy, eat a healthy diet, make sure you're getting enough vitamins and minerals and macronutrients, everything your body needs to rebuild and maintain that insulation on your nerve fibers. And then, you know, possibly medication. I thought gabapentin and like pregabalin, Lyrica, I thought those were, I thought I heard that they reduced the brain's plasticity, its ability to kind of adapt or change its structure. I don't know how much that would apply to like nerve conduction or transmission, but from what I looked up, apparently it's good for your brain's plasticity. So I don't know. I need to do a lot more research. And again, I don't know if that is even applicable. But anyways, through a combination of, you know, good diet, physical therapy, medications, possibly medications, and abstinence, you know, I think those nerves can rebuild. I think that's kind of why maybe in the case of our cases of nerve damage from nitrous oxide is where it's easier to recover. But I'm going to leave it at that. Sorry, guys. I know it's like long-winded and like a lot of explanation, but I guess just the whole point of the video is I'm just amazed at how I've been able to just like exceed expectations. Not only recover, but go beyond and above. And you know, I assume as long, like I said, I assume as long as I keep determined and I put my mind to it and I train hard enough, I can continue, you know, building on those expectations. So, yeah, just spur of the moment video. Hopefully that inspires some hope to those that are going through something similar with the nerve damage. Hopefully also maybe that brief scientific explanation was helpful. That's my understanding of the kind of physiology that goes along with it, but do your own research. I always recommend people do their own research. You know, never trust one source, even if that source sounds really solid. Take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, so I'm going to enjoy my kombucha. I have a few things. I need to work on some cashback offers, scan in receipts. And then I might stream a little bit later tonight, depending on how things go. I do need to eat. I need to get a good protein meal in today. I just had a protein shake, but yeah, so hopefully that's helpful, more helpful, or at least more energetic. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay strong, and I will see you guys next time.